Okay, let's see. How's this going? All right, now, this is what I'm going to show you, my machine. I'm going to show you my machine. Let me turn you a minute, just a second. I'm turning, doing my professionalism here. And I'm turning. See here, if you take a look, see right here, this is my yarn area. I got yarn. Oh my gosh, I've had yarn donated, and look at that yarn. I'm gonna make so many hats, you ain't gonna believe it. And so see there, I got more yarn back here, and this here is just a pile of hats. This is my what I'm doing is I'm making hats for the homeless, and this is the hats so far. This is, look how pretty. Look at this one. This one here is velvet. This yarn is velvet. This is so soft. Look, it looks like it, because you could go take this velvet yarn and stretch it out like this. Or you could stretch, oh, it is just so soft. The velvet yarn. This one's the velvet too. So pretty. I've got, this yarn is Roll With It. Called Roll With It by Red Heart. Oh, that is so pretty. This one here, I made this. Look at all them colors in there. Wasn't quite enough to make the whole hat, so the top got a solid color. And see, they roll, so you can put it on your head and then roll it up. I have so many hats here. So pretty. Look, good night noise. There is, so when I give these hats to the guy that's going to be passing them out, see, this hat was made by some yarn that Gail sent me. Pretty yarn. Oh my gosh. They're so pretty. Such pretty colors. I can't show you all of them. See, this one will be a more manly hat there. Oh, that's another one of the Roll With It yarn. Oh, so soft. Some of these are really, really soft. And some are not quite as soft, but they're still gorgeous. This one here. Look at this one. Oh, this one here, I made pom-pom on top. Some kid, I think, is going to like that, I hope. But anyway, I got a lot of hats started there. And what I want to show you now is okay, let me turn this thing around. And, okay, let's see if I can get this settled in again. There, I'm going to try, hopefully I can show you how I'm going to do this. How I get this machine set up. My yarn, if it's on a ball like this, on this machine, it works much better if you have it on a ball. If you've got it on a ball. Okay, so my hubster, God bless him. See them two baskets of right there of yarn? He has been rolling yarn in balls for me. Bless his pea-picking heart. Okay, so I'm going to try and show you how I do this. Now, this is the trickiest part, is to get your first yarn cast on. So, what I do, okay, there's 48 hooks on here. Let's see, where's my... One of the hooks is white, right here. One hook is white. There. 48 hooks all the way around. What I'm going to be doing right first is hooking this ribbon. This is not ribbon. This is yarn. I'm going to be putting this on the white hook. Okay, this way, because here on this side has to be the working yarn. This piece of yarn is just going to hang in the middle. So I first hook it onto that white hook. So the white one's there, so you always know where your beginning is. And now when you're hooking it on, as you turn this handle, one hook at a time is going to poke up. The other ones are going to be down. So they poke up when they get right here. So it's hooked onto the white hook, and then it goes behind the next one. And then hook and behind. Hook and behind. So you're alternating. Hook, behind, hook, behind. So it's hooking on to every other hook on this first on this first go round. It's hooking on to every other hook. And so, and this is where you got to make sure you get that right. Don't miss any hooks. You go hook it on, go behind, 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 and all of them. See, so you're hooking it on to every other hook and go all the way around till you get to that white hook again, and you should be hooking on to the white hook. All right, and then I look around, and I can see my yarn, and I can see if I've messed up, which looks good, Okay, now what I want to do is I got that yarn in front of that white hook. Now I'm going to put this in my thread guide. This is the yarn guide right here. And then down here, there's a tension. That's the tensioner. Then I got my ball of yarn. I got it in a bowl so it won't go rolling all over from here to creation. And then I'm going to start twisting. Now, this twisting method is every hook is going to hook that yarn. Okay, you want your yarn loose. So I just put my full yarn down on the floor, my bowl on the floor, because then it really comes off smoother. And let's see, and I'm rolling. Okay, I'm checking now. Make sure that's looking right, and it is looking right. See, here, if I want to keep track, I'll start it at 0 now. Just push that down so it starts. I've never counted how many rounds I've done. I just kind of look at it and kind of guesstimate if it's enough. So my whole life is a little bit of a guesstimation. And so, but now I make some of my hats with this machine, and I do other hats on a hand loom, one of those round plastic hand looms that I make some. So like this one was made on the hand loom, and this one was made on the machine. And you can see how this one is a tighter weave. This one's heavier. This one I always weave with 2 strands of yarn at the whole time. This one with 1 strand. Because this is 48 pegs. This one's 36 pegs on this one. So that makes a different stitch. Okay, now again, we're going clockwise. We don't want to forget that we're going clockwise, and we're just going to keep on going. We are moving right along. And I'm going to try and I'm going to try to do this whole thing in real time. I'm not going to pause this. Well, I'm not going to pause it. You know why? Because I don't know how. Maybe I could pause it. There's a little thing I see on my phone right there that does look like a pause. So maybe I could pause it, but I don't know. Usually I use my camera, but I'm using my phone just to learn new things. Now, one thing I like to do, especially when my ball is new, when it's kind of big like that, I kind of try and pull some yarn. To make it loose, because you don't want it tugging. I don't want it tugging. But you see how it's growing quickly? You see how it's growing quickly in there? Look at how that pretty color. And this here yarn is, you know what this one is? This is called, you get it from the Hobby Lobby, and it's called I Love This Yarn. I think that's the name of it, is I Love This Yarn. This velvet that I have, though, all it says on the wrapper is yarn. Hand knitting. It doesn't say, it says made in China, and it comes from something something wool product sales, but it doesn't give you any information about washing instructions or anything on that. And that must be why it's like cheap. But so what I'm going to do with one of the hats I made, I would always suggest, now if you're going to have one of them hats, wash it by hand and let it lay flat to dry. I don't think I'd put it in a washing machine, and I don't know why, but I wouldn't, because I'd be scared about that, you know. And so yeah, I've got a plan to do. I'm going to do on this table as well, because see, now that I know I can use my phone, hopefully, for videotaping too, I can video in more areas of my cluttered up house, because I have a real bad problem with what do you call it, hoarding. My name is Elizabeth, and I have a hoarding problem, but I want to use my sewing machine, that one. That's my, like, whoa sewing machine. That one was made in 1904, I think. But I'm gonna make, I got plans for a junk journal. I haven't done a lot of paper crafting lately, so I want to get some paper crafting done, because I've been too busy making hats and flags. And my country flags, my country prayer flags. I know I haven't been videotaping them much, because I haven't been videotaping much. But this, I have this piece of cardboard right here, see? Just a ragged piece of cardboard. That's going to be the cover of my journal. Okay, put that back and get that out of it. But I think I'm gonna try anyway to use that sewing machine. It's not electric or not treadle, it's got a crank on it. So this is my cranking table, apparently. And this is where I crank stuff. Here it says, I'm busy being a unicorn, just so you know. This is like a unicorn colored yarn too, wouldn't you say? You see how it's growing? Look how beautiful is that. Okay. Now my ball is getting a little bit smaller, so it's rolling a little bit easier. It's not as heavy. So I can continue just rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those doggies rolling, rawhide. Rain and wind and weather. Well, I don't know that song. That was a song. Oh, rawhide. That was a... Thought I had a mess up there, but no mess up. See here, this? That's one of my quilts. My, when I was making my raggy, shaggy quilts. Yeah, it just hangs on the back of that chair. I think it looks pretty cool. Scrappin' Lizzie is my name. Playing with scraps is my game. And that's what I do, and I just keep on winding. See, usually now, when I do this for a while, like when I make a hat, my... Whoops, what do I got? A hook? Oh, I had a knot in there. Every once in a while. Now see, that knot. Every once in a while you might have a knot in your yarn. Well, when that happens, you got to pull it out of there and just hold it and get that to hook until you're past that knot, and then put that back into its little guides there. And all is good. All is good right there. Because the knot won't go through that hole. And sometimes when you get yarn, it's going to have knots in it. So we work with the knots. And then especially like if you're going to switch a color, like on this one, well, somewhere. Yeah, like this one. See, I switched. This was a hat. This is the start of it here, and then up here is where I switched, and I had to put in a knot. Well, now I can't see the knot, but it's in there. Oh, see, there's the knot right there, where I had to put the purple onto the. Boy, that is so soft. Oh my gosh, is that soft? I might. Well, not yet. I was going to say that I might put my velvet hats onto Etsy, and but I'm going to wash one first and see what happens when you wash it, because like I say, there's no washing instructions on the yarn, because I think it just comes straight out of China, although it didn't come from China, it came from California. But I'm going to wash it just so I know, but I'm just going to wash it by hand with just a little dish detergent, and then I'm going to just lay it flat on a towel to dry, because I would think that would be the washing instructions for that. But God, it's so soft. When you put it on your head, you don't even feel it. Like some hats, like this one here, that's made with the 2 layers. No, this is 1 layer of yarn. That's the machine. Yeah, that one. This one here is made on the loom with 2 layers of yarn. That'll be nice and hard, nice and warm. But what do you think about that? That's nice, isn't it? That's nice. It's got pom-pom on it. Pom-pom there. Yeah. I got an appointment on the 13th, Monday. I go for consultation on my nose. My nose needs consultation. I haven't combed my hair yet. But then look at this here, velvet one. Oh. Whoa. See how you just wear it like this? And you can just roll it up till it fits nicely. See that? It's so soft, you can't even feel it on there. You can cover your whole face if you want to go to sleep. I can see through this, so if I want to be like a bank robber, yeah, when I'm done robbing the bank, I can just roll it up like this. But this is the velvet. It's so soft. Okay. There, now. Throw that back on the pipe. Boy, I need to stay on subject here. Okay, here we go. Let's roll this yarn up some more. I was resting my shoulder, to tell you the truth. Yeah, once I get one of these done, then I go sit in my lazy chair over there. Me and Papa's got our lazy chairs over there. Wonder if you can see them over there. Do you see 2 lazy chairs over there? Oh, don't look at the mess. But see, there's 2 lazy chairs. The one with the blue cushion on it, yeah, that one's mine. And then right there next, then there's Papa's. There's Papa's chair. And this is my chair. And this is yarn that Papa's got a roll still. And then that's a counter behind us. See that right there? There's supposed to be like bar stools at that counter. But we don't work like that because we don't follow the rules in life. Okay, let's get back down here to this. Let's get back down. Jeez, you guys get me all. It's all your fault. I get out of. This is how I do everything. Everything. I just don't sit and do one job until it's done. I have to keep my brain. My brain doesn't slow down. I got this brain that's on speed. I haven't even had any coffee yet this morning. I haven't even had any coffee. And because I don't usually get coffee till Papa gets up. He's not up yet. 10 minutes after 9, September 10th. Wow. We had to get this. Can you see that clock up there on the wall? Wait a minute. Let me see if I can turn this up. You see it's glowing in the dark over there? Don't look at my mess. It's personal. But see, it's right there, that clock. We had to get that. I know it cost us a little bit of money. It was like $50, something like that. I don't know. But we went to man, I thought the world had come to an end. I had to go have blood work done, and so I don't like leaving my house. This is when Papa was still driving. He don't drive no more. But I got my shower and everything. You know how do you do before you go get blood work. You got to have a shower and comb your hair and put on your earrings and lipstick and stuff, you know. Got all that done. We went over to the lab where I get my blood work done. And doggone it if it wasn't closed. I didn't know why. Why in the world is that closed up? The doors was locked and everything. And so then another thing we noticed, you know, because they're supposed to open really early in the morning. So we was going early in the morning because, you know, we had to be fasting, you know, that's like not eating. And so early in the morning. And then we noticed there's not many cars on the road. Not many cars on the road at all. And so we turned around. I said, well, we might as well just... Oh, we was going to go to the doctor's office to find out. Well, then we noticed there was no cars parked at the doctor's office. None. You know, we had to drive right by. And there was no cars parked there at the doctor's office. This is weird. Something is not right. And, you know, I once, many years ago, I read this book. It was called, well, I don't know what it was called. But the book was about, you know, when the great coming, when everybody gets judged and the good ones get to go and the bad ones get to stay. And I thought, uh-oh, we missed it. We're still here. Everybody else is gone. We screwed up somewhere. Told Papa you shouldn't have been saying them cuss words. And then Papa looks at his watch and goes, oh my gosh, it's Sunday. Because it said on his watch that it was Sunday. So, well, we went to have breakfast anyway. We was very glad to see that it was Sunday, but we didn't have no clue. That's when we decided we need to buy that there clock. We started looking on Amazon, and we found that clock that said the time, the day of the week, because there it says 9/13, Friday, September 10th. And so it says all that stuff on that clock. I said, we need that now. We're at the age where we need that clock. And so we got that there clock. And speaking of cussing, God, my cuss jar, I had to make new rules on my cuss jar right now. I have a cuss jar. Oh, you know what? I think, see, when you see that hat, what I do is I'll have to tell you about the cuss jar later. I'll save that for a different video about my cuss jar story. But anyway, I think what I do, let's see, how many rows do I got on there? 55 rows? Yeah, it's got 55 rows on there. It tells me that right there. So I think 55 rows. Let me go to 60. I'm going to go to 60 just because I'm not done cranking. I just want to crank some more. I'm going to go 60 rows. Now, maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to go now till there's the white one again. How many is it? So I got 57 rows. Well, you know, you sort of guessed me. Okay, I got 57 rows on this hat, and I'm going to call that big enough. And so now what I do is I'm going to take this yarn out of the guides. Okay, out of the guides. I'm going to cut a piece about a yard long, and about a yard, and then I'm going to cut that right there. And then I got my needle here. Y'all see a needle anywhere? Oh, here it is. There's my needle. It was still on the purple yarn from there. I saved my scraps of yarn, and I put them all together in a ball. Because I have about most of this yard of yarn that I just left on there is going to be scrap when I'm done. So I'm going to put that on my yarn needle right here. I'm putting it on my yarn needle. Now it took me a while to figure this machine out to where I wasn't having to cuss, because it was costing me a lot of money. Every time I cussed, I'd have to put a quarter in the cuss jar. At least I didn't say a 50-cent cuss. Only the quarter cusses is all I said. So that was good. And, yeah, because the big word, the F-bomb, that's 50 cents. If that one gets hit, you got 50 cents goes to the cuss jar. Okay, now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold this yarn up out of the way, and I'm going to go around one whole round without any yarn going on. See? So I'm going to go all the way around one time. Okay. See, and I'm watching. It started right there. And that's on the white hook. And then I'm going around and around and around she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Okay, now I'm going to stop right here now. This is where my yarn is, but I'm not all the way to this thing yet. So my white hook is like somewhere in here. Because now I'm going to start binding it off. So that's when you need to have your yarn needle to start binding off. So I hope I can get this. I hope I can get this correct to show you exactly. Because I had a lot of trouble with the binding off place. Now, so here's where the yarn ended, right here, on this stitch right here. So I'm going to start on this next stitch, and I'm going to go, there's like this big hump and this big hump, and there's two little, like a little humps in the middle. Two little humps in the middle there. See, the big hump, little hump. See, this here yarn is coming. So I'm going to start on this one. Okay, let me see now if I can. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger on the very next one so that doesn't jump off. I learned this one. I put my finger on that one and I scoop this one off onto the needle. Okay, scoop that one off. So that one now is off. Then I move my finger and put it on top of that next one. Not the next one. This one I'm going to take the next one off, see? But I only want one loop to come off. So that's why I put my finger over the next one, because I don't want more than one to come off, see? So the only one that's showing is the one I'm fixing to take the thingy off, see? So I'm going to go, this will be 48 stitches. This is going to be 48 stitches when I get this around here. Now, I'm going to also make a little video to show the hand loom, how I do the hand loom as well. This is really fun. They have another machine that's called a Addy. Well, there's more of the inexpensive brands too, but I think the Sentro, this one is like the best of them. And all of the plastic machines like this are around the same price. This is going to cost you about $45. And if you're just going to make 2 hats, you know, enough for the family, I would have never gotten this. But because I'm making multiple hats for donation, that's why I said, yep, I want this. Well, actually, I told Papa I wanted it, but I didn't think he ordered it. Then after I told him I would like to get one, he ordered it. So that's how I got that. But anyway, but because I'm making so many, this is definitely worth the money. And now, if you're going to only make 2 hats. Now, some people say this is cheating. My son, he said, that's cheating. That's a cheating way of knitting. I said, well, that's all right, because that's the way I'm doing it. And I know how to knit. I do know how to knit. Not very good. I mean, what I can knit is a scarf, and I can make it as long as a rope. I can make a very long scarf. That's about it in my knitting knowledge. But I could probably make a scarf and then sew it together into a hat. But, yeah, no. This is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. I'm following my heart. My heart wants to do it, so I'm doing it. And most every bit of this yarn has been donated to me or it's been yarn that I've had sitting around this house for 114 years, because I have done many things with yarn. Crocheting, I've done crocheting. Knitting, no. But I can crochet. I can crochet to a point, but even on crochet, I've never done like a sweater or something like that where you got to increase, decrease, all that stuff. Now I can do do crocheting of doilies, and I can do tatting, and tatting is fun, but boy, you don't get very far very fast in tatting. But I can do all of that. Not as well as I used to, because I can't see as well as I used to be able to see on that little tiny, crochet cotton that you make doilies out of. But I do want to make some little angels out of that little crochet cotton, and I just found a pattern online the other day. I want to try for the crocheting some little angels to go in the abandoned art packages. But so I want to. If I do it, well, that's a whole nother story. There's a lot of things I want to do, but do I do it? Who knows? Can you still see me? I don't know. So, but as you can see, I'm getting around here, and I put my finger over there, because there's a lot of times you can go pull this yarn like this, and it'll pop it off the next one, and you are not ready for it. So I put my finger on there to make sure it's not going to pop off and get on my nerves, because I can't be affording to put quarters in that Cuss jar. My Cuss jar, well, actually, our Cuss jar, actually, the money that we get in the Cuss jar, we always say it's because my family slips quite often with them words, with the words. And then they have to pay the Cuss jar. But then, I'll tell you how much our family cusses over here. And there are some free cusses you can get for free. But, because you don't have to pay for the word ass. So if you say ass, that's a free cuss. Although you shouldn't just say it as a cuss. And then also, hell, you can use that, and you can use damn. Those ones do not get charged. So if you want to cuss, just use those cusses. But do not use the SH word, is 10 cents. No, 25 cents. If you use that one. If you use the F-bomb, that is 50 cents. Goes in the Cuss jar. But the good thing about the Cuss jar is when my Katie, who is in Alabama, she comes to visit, she can't really afford to be out traveling. She's got, okay, see, now, wait a minute. Now, I've got to where, I'm almost to the end here, and I got to where, now I am going to just turn, see, I got 3 more stitches underneath the peg.